Hi guys! So I'm making this video on what to do when you first enroll a new distributor. I think it's so important that you guys are either new in enrolling distributors or that you're more been involved in the business, but just to having a step-to-step guide on what to do once you have started and once you have gotten new distributors join, you want to make sure that you're there for them, for one, but also what to do for them to be successful in this business and for them to have all the tools and trainings that they need. So I'm gonna go over a couple things, and I'm just gonna go over, so don't mind me, I just got back from the gym. So a couple things that I really like to start out with is when you're enrolling new people, always make them feel super excited at the beginning. I mean, not that you wouldn't be, but excitement, making it personable. I mean, sending a welcome text or a welcome email or a message on Facebook about how excited that they're a part of your team and you can't wait to start helping them and mentoring them every step of the way. Just being excited and there for them is a huge thing, and it will pump them up and help them get more motivated as well. The next thing what I always tell my girls and guys to do is I always like to add all my people to our group pages. So there's a couple different pages, and there's also a chat that we do and a contest chat that we do. I add everyone there and make sure that they're plugged in. I also announce them in those, so people are welcoming them and getting them involved, and so they can start kind of learning and browsing through. From there, what I always recommend you to do is to announce them on your Facebook and in our team's group pages. So I think that's very vital, because you want people to see what you're doing, that you're building your business for one, that you're helping change people's lives, and that you want them to be plugged into our team pages. So that right there, those things are very crucial for building your business and making sure that you're announcing these people that are signing up with you and you're gonna help them. I always make like when I am welcoming them to my team and stuff like that, and I'm announcing them on Facebook. What I usually do is I'll take a picture of them, and I use different like editing apps, and I'll write welcome or whatever it may be, and I'll announce them that way, so it's more personable and not that I just wrote a little quick message. I really take time to make sure that my team that is signing up feels special. So I always like to make sure that they're aware of the trainings that they have their hands upon, because we all have access to the same training. It's what they do with it. But if you just plop them in this group page and this chat and expect them to learn, they're not gonna be able to do so without having guidance at first. Some people can just soar and not learn, and soar and learn without having that. But I always suggest to really take that time and mentor them and teach them where things go. So the biggest thing is you want them to be familiar with their eSuites. So what I always do is I send over the eSuites website, and from there is I give them their distributor ID if they haven't remembered it. Some people don't. And whatever their password is, I don't know their password, so they need to make sure that they remember that. And then I kind of guide them through on how to get in eSuites and whatnot. I'll be making a follow-up video with how to navigate through eSuites and a couple important things to do once they're in there. There is really good files in our eSuites with different documents. The compensation plan is an amazing thing to read at the beginning. Also guiding them to the guidebook, the new distributor guidebook, that has loads of good information about the different products, what our products do, things of that nature. And then I also guide them into the product coach. So product coach is pretty much a website that we have that allows us to answer any questions, any type of situations that come about with different products. I use it all the time to get info on products or different scenarios that could come about. So eSuites, product coach, and making sure they're reading over the compensation plan and the new distributor guidebook as well is really important. There is really good files in our Rockstar page that are very crucial to help launching a new distributor. And so I always recommend I always recommend tagging them in a couple videos, but not too many. You don't want to overwhelm them at the beginning. You want them to just not feel like, oh my God, what did I just get myself into? Made it! Getting themselves into. So I always really recommend to just be there for them, but also just give them a little bit at a time. A little, like what I always tell my dogs are totally playing right now. Okay, so what I always recommend for them to do is tag themselves, like I tag them in a couple of videos, and then I give them a couple days to look over that information. I am constantly in contact with my girls and making sure that they're, you know, getting everything set up that they need. So that's also very important. There is a checklist that I like to send as well that has lots of good guide information. I can put this in a file as well. Sonia has a really good distributor checklist in our group page. That is awesome. And then from there, I always tag them in getting started video. It's underneath the tip of the day group that we have. So simple steps to getting started is very, very good. It just kind of going over what I do, but I'm targeting, this video is more designed for when you get distributors and what to do from there. So, I follow up with them and keep in contact with them as they're watching some of those videos. I immediately will stress the urgency on continually using the 3-for-3 rule. The 3-for-3 rule is where you're posting and you're posting 3 before lifestyle post and 3 before and after post, or product post or business post. I think that is something that is huge for your business, and it's showing consistency, and it is showing that you're in business. When you're not posting, it's showing that your door is closed. When you're posting, it's showing that your door is open. Same concept. Work your business like a business, it will treat it like a business. So that is another thing that I really like to, you know, make sure. I like to always suggest my girls at the beginning to get organized a little bit, because they are going to want to start talking to people. They are going to want to start reaching out and posting. So when people are contacting them, I always suggest them to go to the 99-cent store and buy a 99-cent notepad, or, you know, if they have a notepad lying around, and making sure that they're writing down and every single person that they talk to. I write their name, the product, the date that they are, like the product that they're interested in, the date that I spoke with them, and their name, so that I know when to follow up with them. I know if they've ordered. If they've ordered, I highlight it. If it's a distributor, I highlight it with a different color. So just getting organized at the beginning is very, very good as well. I'm just looking over a couple of notes of mine. There is really good training academy documents and videos on our eSuites as well. So those are really, really good besides the videos and resources we have in our group pages. Those are something that I always recommend. I really stress the urgency of not giving this to them all at once. I always give all this details a couple days, you know, throughout the week, so that they're not overwhelmed. Don't overwhelm your distributors, guys, because they'll be like, whew, what did I do? You know, because this is a big deal for them. I also recommend scheduling a launch party for your new distributors and teaching them the steps to success. So I will circle back to the launch party thing, but steps to success is gathering 4 loyal customers within their first 30 days. And that will unlock, when they gather 2 distributors, not only are you going to get $100, but that's going to help them unlock be eligible for bonuses forever. So if they don't get 2 distributors within their first 30 days, they're not unlocking their compensation plan the way that they need to. So that is very urgent. I personally like to move customers and help my team grow that way, but that's completely up to you. I always suggest helping your team promote. It's going to help you promote. So that's something that is really big for me. The other thing that I always recommend is gathering 3 distributors and then teaching one of those people to gather 2. That's going to box you in for Ruby, and that's going to help them get their $500 bonus. So teaching them the steps to success, sending them over a Ruby chart, and I always send over the product coach, eSuites, new distributor checklist, which is in the files in our group pages. And I also send over a Ruby chart. And I send over the compensation plan as well. So those are things I definitely suggest doing. Those are really, really good for your business and helping your distributors kind of be a little bit more organized. I also teach them how to grow their business on social media, and also teaching them to incorporate this business into their everyday life. So those are the things that I typically do with my girls when they're first starting out, or my guys when they're first starting out. This is what I really suggest focusing on during month 1 and getting them taken care of, to get them boxed in for Ruby and get them the customers so that they get their compensation plan unlocked. You get your $100 for helping them if you help them, or if they get it, whatever it may happen there. And then for them to get to their Ruby bonus, because that is the biggest goal that you want when you're building distributors, is you want them to go Ruby. You want them to get these bonuses, and it's so crucial for your business and their business. It's a huge milestone. So that's what I always recommend. So I'm just going to run through everything. So I welcome them to the team. I welcome them on my Facebook. I teach them the 3-for-3 rule, which is posting and following up and reaching out. I teach them e-suites, so I make sure they're familiar with their e-suites, their document library, their compensation plan, and their guidebook. I also send them a Ruby chart and the steps for success, and teaching them that. And then I also teach them what they need to do to go Ruby. So those are something that I always really focus on. So those are what I would do with your new distributors when you're getting them. Being there for them overall is the biggest thing that you can do. Being there for them, being supportive. Your job as their mentor is to be there for them, is to be their support system when they feel like they need it, because we all go through it. Being their mentor, their guidance, their questions, like when they have questions. Yes, we have our chat. Yes, we have our group pages, but being there for them too as well to answer those. Now, yes, as they get more tenured and stuff, you want them to be a little self-sufficient and stuff and learn this as they go. But you don't want them to just be left on their own and be like, what do I do from here? So I hope this helps you guys. I think this is something that needs to be touched on, and I'll be doing a few different videos as well. So I definitely am excited for you guys, and I'm excited that your team is growing and that you're getting new distributors, because this is the best season to do so. So I'm super proud of every single one of you guys.